Nier Automata is the sequel to the cult classic Nier. It's developed by Platinum Games, which is a different developer from the original, but all the same producers and directors were on board for this one. I'm Kyle Hilliard. This is Joe Juba.
Hello.
And Joe's going to tell us 4 things that are interesting about this game.
Nier Automata is an action RPG that lives equally in both worlds of action and RPG, obviously. So on the action front, it incorporates a lot of lessons that Platinum Games has learned over the years with its stylish action games like Bayonetta. And on the RPG front, it has a lot of progression things, whether that's, like your abilities, your weapons, things like that, to give you a sort of sense of growth as you're going along. I would not say it delves super deep on either of those fronts, but it does enough to keep the action going fast and accessible and to have your general progression being fun. It is an improvement over the original Nier in every way. So another thing you need to know is that you do not need previous experience with Nier to jump into this game. If it seems interesting to you, if the world looks interesting, you can hop in. You don't need to worry about what's happening in the previous game. If you're a fan of the previous game, you'll definitely notice some tie-ins, but it is not critical to understanding what's going on. And also not critical is some long history with stylish action games like Bayonetta or Devil May Cry. The game has a lot of difficulty options, so if you're really into that, you can crank it up and make combat more difficult for yourself. But if you just want to enjoy the world and the story, you can turn it down to easy, and the game will basically play itself. And it's not all hacking and slashing all the time. One of the things I appreciate about this is the variety that the game has too. It does have a lot of stylish combat in it, but there are times when it goes to sort of like top-down shooter, kind of like a bullet hell style. Like in the original Nier, there's a part that is kind of a text adventure. It is experimental in a lot of interesting ways. So while the bulk of it is more traditional third-person action, it takes enough detours to surprise you. Don't stop playing when you see the credits roll for the first time. There are multiple endings to this game. Some of them are just sort of silly one-off things that can even happen accidentally. But there are a few major endings and story beats that you're going to want to see. And then the story continues after that, in some cases lending you a new perspective on events that you've already seen, and in other cases continues forward in unexpected ways and eventually takes you through to a true conclusion to the arc, but you're going to have a few fake out endings along the way.
So that's Nier Automata. Our review is on GameInformer.com. Thanks for watching.